My name is Carrie Hruby. I'm the superintendent of O'Fallon District 90, proud Big Blue graduate from 1996. I think one of the things that Millikin did so well with all education majors was that we were embedded in schools right away. So we got those experiences, those hands-on clinicals and observations, and we were really starting to get to know the education career very early in our coursework. And I think that helped a lot because it solidified for me that this was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So the boot camp, I haven't missed the boot camp ever because it's so important to me. And I come back every year because I do feel like it's really important for me to give back to the current students in a way that the university gave to me. The key challenges that we're experiencing at school districts right now is the teacher shortage. So that's why it's refreshing to see that we have so many great candidates coming out of Millikin, because we're seeing a shortage right now across the nation. And so I've been so impressed with the students that Millikin is preparing. I think every year we see just high caliber students. And so it's refreshing for me to come back and talk to them about their aspirations and where they're going, but also to see how well Millikin is really preparing them. That's one of the biggest challenges that we see at the superintendent role, is making sure that we can fill positions and fill them with quality candidates that want to stay, that want to be loyal to a school district and see their career blossom in our school district. So my first book is Comfy Shoes and Keychains, Tips for Women in Leadership. And that came about because of my experiences as a female leader, as a superintendent. So I'm in a position where it's a historically male-dominated career, the superintendency. However, we lead school districts that are primarily female teachers. And so it's unique in the role that only about 28% of superintendents are female. We have our first ever female cohort, and it's called Elevate. And so I helped design that cohort of 25 superintendents, female superintendents across the state. From that experience, I started writing my book and really thinking about the angle of what women deal with in a leadership role and the challenges that we come to the work with that are similar to our male colleagues, but sometimes different too. As I started thinking through my career and the challenges that I had and how I can support my aspiring female superintendents, that's where the books really came from. I think what's challenging is that teachers are feeling burnout because they're kind of getting separated from what they love, which is sitting with a child and helping him or her to read. I mean, there's nothing better than when a child gets that aha moment. So when they're able to connect back to that, I think it helps so much with the burnout issue. Burnout, sometimes we think it's just because, you're not paid enough or you're not appreciated enough or you're working too many hours. But really burnout comes from, I love this piece of my job and this is what I'm doing, and you're disconnected. And so I think for our young teachers that are going into the career of education, I think it's so critical that they always are able to pull back to their why. I always say, we can't mandate what matters. What matters is helping this child become the best version of himself or herself. And sometimes we get mandates and we, try to make sure the paperwork is done and all of those things are taken care of. And that disconnects teachers from what they love doing and what they are driven to be in the teaching field for.